Good evening, everyone, and welcome to The Circle. I'm Linda Kaiser, and my co-host is Morgan Rhodes. Our guest tonight is a rather fascinating individual. Her name is Becky Best, and our topic is raising your vibration. So I know Morgan is anxious to ask you about this.
Yeah, I'd like you to just start out by sharing with our audience a little bit about your fascinating energy work, and then maybe leading into what is energy and what is vibration. And
Okay, great. Well, yeah, when I was in my early 40s, I started to realize that some things were happening, and so I found a shaman who I became a full-time student of hers for about 12 years, and I learned a lot about how to move energy, how to move energy in the body. I started to see inside people's bodies, into their bones and their blood, and I saw tumors and different, parts of the body, and began to understand why people get sick and how to move energy out of the body and how to move energy in the body. So it was really fascinating, and at the same time, I was sort of reparented by the shaman because I had a very religious background, and so I needed some help in becoming more of a balanced individual, and so she helped me with that as well. And so now I have a full-time practice. People come and see me for healing sessions as well. I have a lot of students all over the country who now we have a Zoom room, so I can, get on there with them, and we just and I teach. So it's a great life. Yeah. So so I really learned, one of the basic things that I learned is that everything is energy. And that was a fascinating concept, and now I really see energy with my third eye, with my inner sight. And so everything that when I tune, I can see everything as energy, and then I tune back, and then I see everything in this physical reality. And so what I realized is that energy does what we tell it to do, that we are directing at all times, whether consciously or unconsciously, we're directing energy. So the vibration is actually basically the oscillation frequency that the atoms within the cells are vibrating at. And that's called a vibration. It's a frequency. And so low frequency, low vibration would be like energies like hate, jealousy, fear. Those are some really low vibrational energies, frequencies. And high vibrational frequencies, of course, is love, joy, peace, gratitude, acceptance. Those are all higher vibrational energies. And so wherever you are vibrating is what you will attract. So if you've ever heard about the law of attraction, like attracts like, it's all about energy. So if I'm vibrating at a certain level of peace, then I'm sending peace out into the universe, and then the universe is sending peace back to me. If I'm vibrating in a lower vibration of hate or jealousy or fear, then that's what I'm sending out. And then life says, oh, that's what you want? Here you go. And then and then I attract it back to me. And that's why people get stuck in these polarities. So, yeah, it's interesting.
People talk about free will, and I think that is the most accurate representation of what that is, that life isn't happening to us. It's not this, we are puppets in this divine plan that has already been predetermined by a creator, but more that life is happening through us, and that's really what the free will is. I kind of see reality like I love coffee, so maybe that's the problem, but as like a coffee pot, everything that we're creating is coming into the pot. The end result is the coffee, but it's all coming through the vibration and the core beliefs, and that's filtering. Literally, it's our lens for what we see, to the extent that we're passionate about something, or to the extent that we are that we believe something is the extent that it's going to manifest itself in our reality. It's really a 1-to-1 ratio. The universe doesn't know what you actually want. It just knows where you are, and that's what it gives to you.
You are so right. Yeah, you're so right.
So
Yeah.
Becky, how do you teach this? How does one go about learning to raise one's vibration?
Well, so when in my learning about this, Creator showed me that calling in high vibrational words will literally change the vibration the level of vibration that you have in your physical form. So I learned about muscle testing, and muscle testing is a way that your body, so kinesiologists use this, chiropractors use it, so it's widely used. They put your arm up and they push your arm down, that's muscle testing. But the way that I do it is a forward and back, letting your leg muscles move you forward or backwards. And so I have a YouTube video called Muscle Testing, and it's on my Feeding on Light channel.
So the channel name is Feeding
on Light. Mm-hmm.
I eat light. Feeding on
Light. Yeah. And then the name of the YouTube video is called Muscle Testing. Right. And that way you can watch it over until you really understand it and get it down. And then basically you're just saying, in this moment, my personal vibration is over 100. And then you let your body go forward or backward. And if yes is forward.
Standing up when I asked this, or when I said this, I'm already standing.
You're standing. Mm-hmm. Hands to your side, and then you're just saying, show me a yes, and then your body will either move forward or backward, and show me a no, and it should be the opposite way. Okay. And then when you ask the question, my personal vibration is over 100, then you're either going to go yes or no. And that way, you do that before you do the vibration exercise. That way, after you do the vibration exercise, you can test again, and you'll see that your vibration went high. And even if you did it 3 times in a row, your vibration will continue to climb. So it is really awesome. It's just words like vision, fulfillment, guidance, creator, flow, balance, empathy, expression, power, reality, visualization. These are the kind of words that are high vibration. And then there's a prayer that says, Creator, bring these energies into me, and then allow those energies to move through you. And even right now, as I speak of that, I'm having the sensation and feeling the tingling in my body because these energies are becoming a part of me. Right. And it changes who you are. It changes your thoughts. It changes your feelings because you are now vibrating at a different level, and your reality becomes different. And so that's one of these. And I also want to say I have on this video there's going to be my email, and if you would like, I will send you an audio of all these words with the prayer that you can just listen. It's an MP3, and most computers will play it no problem. And I'll send that to you. All you have to do is just email me and say, send me that audio, and I'll happily do it. Because I think this is really important so that we can awaken. And the way we awaken is by raising our vibration and allowing these higher vibrational energies to be part of our experience.
And how many students do you have? You teach this?
I probably, and this is just one of the, this is just like, one session I teach this, and then we move on to other things. But I probably have 25 students right now that I teach on a regular, weekly basis. So I'm a busy girl.
What might be the content of those weeks, for example?
Well, a lot of it is about, learning to, raise your vibration, learning to manifest, because Because if you're not in control of your environment, then it's very hard to be a student, a spiritual student, right? Because if you see that life is beating you up, then how spiritual can you be every time you get on the phone with me? Not very.
Right.
So people have to really get that in order first, and then I work with them on seeing, hearing, feeling energy, and help them open up their ability to do all of that. And everybody has a capacity to do all of the above. And one of the biggest things that I work with people on is beliefs. So changing your beliefs is one of the best ways to change your reality. We have beliefs that come from other experiences. Some people call those past lives. Some people call those, I don't know, other things. But I just say other experiences. And if we have those energies pulling on us, then we may be trying to make a change, but we don't understand how that is locked into place. So really going through the belief work and muscle testing and allowing yourself to your subconscious to speak instead of just your conscious mind who only knows a bit of what's going on. Right. Your subconscious, once that's released, you can really begin to release these old patterns and beliefs that are really locking you down in your life. And when I work with people, they're having just amazing results so quickly. It's like one of my students said it's like therapy on crack, because it just works.
I love that.
Yeah, she said therapy on crack. And she was a person who's not a spiritual person, but just got so troubled in her life that coming to me just was so outside the box for her. But it really works for her.
May I ask what you charge for this? Do you charge?
I do sessions for $50.
Yeah.
I keep it really reasonable because Creator takes such good care of me that that I can just really do it so that everyone can come and see me, And I'm going to be teaching group classes. I'm in the middle of formulating that so that I can have a larger group and see more people, because I'm kind of running out of time. Yeah. So, the belief work has been really incredible. And once a person gets their life sort of in order where they are consciously creating instead of unconsciously creating, then they're ready for their spiritual path. And then we look at their divine blueprint, contracts that they came in. We talk to the people in the records department on the other side who know the answers to these questions.
Okay, and so halt everything. What is our divine blueprint?
A divine blueprint is what I call the agreements that we make before we come in.
And how do we access those, please?
Well, I can access those for people who can either see or hear. You can sometimes read those, and sometimes if you can speak with the being on the other side, they will tell you what it says. And you can also muscle test according to my divine blueprint, and you can't get all the answers that way, but
what might you ask on a muscle test?
I asked whether in my divine blueprint, I said, did I agree, according to my divine blueprint, to go without food in this lifetime?
Oh, I got it. Okay.
And I heard yes, to go without, and it was really to eliminate the need, not that I never could eat again, but it's the needs that are so crazy in our lives that we just feel all these addictions and all these needs and all these, it's not even the wants as much as it is the needs. And they just create so much expectation and so much drama in our lives. So it's really about eliminating the need for those. And really the belief work is how you really get around those. Because you are a sovereign and divine being, you have the right to say, I want this and I don't want that. So you can say, Creator, I want to release this and I want to replace it with this. And so that's the belief work. It's really about standing in your power and saying, this is what I want my experience to be like. And then I also teach people when they're ready how to have a deeper connection with Creator, who is in fact,
what is that like?
you know, it's the easiest communication I've ever had. I've worked with guides and beings on the other side for so long, but it was always a little confusing to me, and I felt like they had their own agendas about things. And sometimes when you
a little, I just want to interrupt for just
yeah.
a second, because I'd like to get a little bit of a history on this. Is very unusual. I mean, children have these experiences a lot, and they forget, and we know
Yeah.
that as a society now. You know, we've got enough experience that we know children forget stuff. As we teach
We talk them out of it.
right,
Yeah.
talk them out of it. So what was that like for you? When did this start that you could see beings or communicate with beings? How was that for you in your life?
As long as I can remember, I saw things that my parents would just say, you're just dreaming. They would say, they took me to a psychiatrist when I was, very young.
Right.
They just had no way of understanding what was happening to me. And then as I got older, I just, I literally went into a mental home, a mental institution, because I broke. But I had to break into a million pieces to put myself back together, because I had to let go of everything everybody was telling me about myself and finally just come into my own. And it was like the moment that I started getting well was when I broke into a million pieces.
How old were you then?
35.
That's a lot of conditioning to break through.
It was crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. But I started to get better. And I remember the moment that it happened, I was told, here, fill out these papers because you're never going to work again. You're going to go on disability because you're bipolar, right?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, hell no, it's not going to happen. And that was the moment, I think I set that up on the other side. That was my trigger moment that made me go, hold on a second. And then from that moment forward, I started getting better. And that's really when my spiritual path began, was when I just said, you're not going to tell me who I am. And that was the first time I ever stood up for myself. Otherwise, it was always just everybody telling me how to feel, what to think, what to do, and religion, men, father, the whole 9 yards. So I really got better after that, and it was really a turning point for me. So,
well, you know what's a turning point for me is to hear someone like you who can explain this very succinctly, have gone through this experience for what really is totally normal, that we're conditioned out of rather than conditioned into, which is what should happen, correct?
Right. Right.
That you seem so solid right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I really am. It's pretty amazing when I think back to sort of how crazy I was, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not crazy. I never was. I was just gifted, and most people are gifted.
Most people are, and
yeah.
One of the things that I'm intrigued about, and someday I will introduce you to her. I have a very close friend who is almost like a twin to you.
Wow.
Not so much, well, a little bit, not so much in looks, but in life experience.
Oh, very cool. I'd like that.
Twin life experience.
Okay.
So somehow we have to get you guys together, I think.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we're like a just crazy example of breaking out of conditioning and molds, because just so our audience knows, Becky has not eaten frequently in small amounts, but for 220 days. And this is kind of an experiment or a huge lifestyle change, but it is kind of an experiment of her trying to separate herself from attachments and needs that we have to function. So maybe not everybody's ready to quit eating or drinking, but maybe how can we better bring energy into our foods to raise that vibration and better nourish us?
Right. Oh, yeah, that's a really great point. Yeah. So if everything is energy and you want to remove energy from your food, because some of our food has pesticides and maybe it's been, GMO'd or whatever. There's lots of things that happen to our food. Then you simply just hold your intention and ask Creator, and everybody can do this even without a relationship. A deep relationship with Creator. You can call on Him anytime. It's just like calling on God. And you just want to say, it is commanded that all energies that do not serve in the highest good of all be removed from this food now and go back to Creator. And then you just watch the energy or feel the energy as it leaves the food and goes back up to Creator. And you may not be able to see it, but there's a sense of it, like, is it done? And then if you just relax and you just know within yourself, you'll know that that is finished. And then you can say, now, Creator, it is commanded that this food's vibration be raised to match or exceed my personal vibration. Because you don't want to put any food in your body that's lower than you are. That brings your vibration down. Why would you do that? So that's a way of bringing up, and you just hold your hands over the food and you just watch as that energy is brought down into the food, and then you can take it into your body. So, this is a really great way to raise your vibration, these words. And then there's also another one that I'll teach you right now. Do you want to learn right now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So if you just sit like you're sort of going into a meditation, and then close your eyes and just open up to the universe, open up to life. And then you just say these words, we are one.
We are one.
And then you just hold that intention that you're becoming the one with everything. And you see yourself as energy just moving out into the universe, moving out and spreading out like energy does, instead of being in this physical form. And just say, we are one, and feel yourself expanding and allow yourself to just feel that peace and calm. What do you think of that?
I saw the most beautiful corally pink light.
Pink light?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Corally pink, like a deep coral color.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Just a big, ball there.
Yeah, right there. Yes, you can see and feel things. And in your physical body, you may feel all tingly. You may feel lighter. And then the energy is sort of like an expanded feeling where you just feel much bigger and lighter than you are now. And you're just becoming one with everything. That'll raise your vibration really high as well. And then out there was a book, and I can't remember the guy who wrote it, but he said that 1,000 is enlightenment. And he taught muscle testing, but he said when you get to 1,000, you're enlightened. Well, we're not using that thing, okay? We're just saying that we're just starting at 100, and we're just continuing and letting our vibration go up in quadrillions and the quintillions, because you just want to keep seeing that your vibration is higher and higher and higher. And as you do, you will see your life change in such a dramatic way. You will not believe how different you can be just by raising your vibration. It's amazing. And it's also preparing you for these new energies that are coming in, that are already present, that are changing the reality that we're living in. And everybody pretty much knows about that.
Well, I absolutely agree with you. We are here to create and make known the unknown. And with that, although I wish we could go on for hours, we're going to wrap it up.
I know, I was going to ask her to quickly talk about healing with light, and then I was like, how can she quickly talk about healing with light?
Yeah, we may have to do a different one on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
We
I was
can
like,
do
all
this-
right, all
we'll do
right.
this again. We'll do this again if you'll join us again, Becky. That would be
Absolutely.
Yes,
Love to
please.
come. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Becky.
You
And
bet.
and the key here is, how do you change what you want in your life versus what you're seeing? I mean, I think Becky just gave us a really good example of how we can make unparalleled changes in every area of our life, to begin living a more enlightened, attuned life to this more joy-filled and bliss-filled life. I mean, Becky's like, my life is awesome. And that's what we want to wake up with every day. So with that, good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you.